Tacloban City, the capital of Leyte, the gateway and economic center of Eastern Visayas, a city with an economy focused on agriculture, commerce, and tourism. Designated as a first-class, highly urbanized city with a population of over 240,000 back in 2015, making it the most populous city of the region. Not only that, it is also ranked the fifth most competitive city in the Philippines. Tacloban is not only a flourishing city, it is also a city rich in history. Today, we are talking about Tacloban during World War II and some of the buildings that not only witnessed history but also survived till present day. Now, before we proceed, some context first. Tacloban is a strategically important city because of its location and infrastructure, mainly port and airport, which allows for commerce and trade between neighboring provinces. Before World War II, Tacloban was already an important city, being the commercial, educational, social, and cultural center of the province of Leyte. As such, educational institutions such as Leyte Normal School, Leyte High School, Leyte Trade School, Holy Infant Academy, and Tacloban Catholic Institutes were constructed before or during that period. If you are unfamiliar with these names, they are now called Leyte Normal University, Leyte National High School, Eastern Visayas State University, Holy Infant College, and Liceo del Verbo Divino. Other infrastructures are the aforementioned port and airport, which is the Port of Tacloban, and Daniel Z. Romualdez or DZR Airport, which was at that time called San Jose Airstrip or Tacloban Airstrip. When the Imperial Japanese forces landed on Tacloban during the 25th of May 1942, they realized the strategic importance of the city and thus fortified it, which includes improvement of the airstrip. Also, since San Pedro Bay, which is southeast of downtown Tacloban, was an ideal location for Japanese naval warships, Japanese Imperial Naval Forces made the city a port call and entry. Side note, Japanese Imperial Army and Imperial Navy are separate branches. As such, they work independently from one another, but they will cooperate with each other if the situation calls for it. The occupation of the city will only last roughly 2.5 years due to Allied efforts in the Pacific Theater, which culminated in the Leyte landings.
MacArthur and Sutherland watch the landings from the flagship. The Jap Air Force is conspicuous by its absence, as is the Jap Navy. The enemy lost 2,600 planes to our carrier forces in 2 months.
On A-Day, October 20, 1944, on 0600 hours, battleships from the Southern Attack Force Task Force 79 opened fire on the beaches, starting what will be 4 hours of heavy naval bombardment. 1 hour after the first shots from the battleships of the Southern Attack Force started, battleships from the Northern Attack Force Task Force 78 commenced their own bombardment. In total, 6 battleships, 3 from each task force, participated in the bombardment of the shores of Leyte, not to mention heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and destroyers. These battleships are, starting from Southern Attack Force, USS Tennessee, USS California, and USS Pennsylvania. From the Northern Attack Force, USS Mississippi, USS Maryland, and USS West Virginia. Interestingly enough, 5 of the 6 battleships are the survivor of the Pearl Harbor attack. They will go on to fight the Japanese Navy 4 days later in the Battle of Surigao Strait. Going back to Tacloban, after 6 Army Corps 10 and 24th landed in White Beach and Red Beach respectively, White Beach being the San Jose area and Red Beach being Candahug, the two corps mostly secured the beachhead after an hour of fighting with Japanese forces. On 13:30 hours, 7.5 hours since the initial naval bombardment commenced, General Douglas MacArthur came to the shores of Red Beach and made the historic speech.
People of the Philippines, I have returned. By the grace of Almighty God, our forces stand again on Philippine soil, soil consecrated in the blood of our two people.
By the end of the day, 10th Corps has secured Tacloban Airstrip and 6th Army as a whole has moved 1.6 kilometers inland from the shores. A day later, 1st Cavalry Division from the 10th Corps secured Tacloban City. On October 23rd, at a ceremony at the Capitol Building in Tacloban, General Douglas MacArthur, accompanied by President Sergio Osmeña, made Tacloban the temporary seat of the Commonwealth government and temporary capital of the Philippines until the complete liberation of the country. With the liberation of the city and the arrival of President Sergio Osmeña, Tacloban became the capital of the Philippines with the installation of a new cabinet under Osmeña. The president and the cabinet's temporary home is the Redoña residence, which became their temporary residence from October 23, 1944 to February 27, 1945. Redoña residence was built back in 1930s by Margarito Redoña Sr. and Prisca Magpayo Redoña. The house was later passed on to the 5 surviving children. For General MacArthur, his temporary residence was the Price Mansion. Price Mansion was built by Walter Scott Price in 1910. Walter Scott Price is one of the 12 U.S. Army engineers assigned to the Philippines during the Spanish-American War to help rebuild war-torn communities. According to Lillian Price, MacArthur chose the mansion due to it being the sturdiest structure in the Philippines during the war. During A-Day, a Japanese bomb penetrated the roof of General MacArthur's room but failed to detonate. Other locations of interest are the Japanese pillbox located at Patio Victoria, San Jose. These pillboxes are concrete fortifications constructed by the Imperial Japanese forces to resist the American landing force. This specific example was captured by American Marines and used as a shelter from Japanese aerial bombardments. Another is Leyte Provincial Capital in downtown. The capital began construction in 1917 and finished in 1924. During the war, the provincial capital became the temporary national capital under President Osmeña and his cabinet until 1945. Lastly, the Madonna of Japan. Situated in Kanhurao Hill near City Hall, it was originally a campground for Japanese troops. After the war, the site was turned into a garden which features the statue of Maria Cannon, or known locally as the Madonna of Japan. The site was built as a symbol of friendship between the Philippine government and the Japanese government. It also served as a memorial to the brave soldiers who fought and paid the ultimate price in the battlefield. Most of the structures discussed here can still be visited today. Unfortunately, one of the more historically significant structures, Redoña Residence, no longer exists. This is according to Cristina Redoña Pablo due to the National Historical Institute not declaring the house as a heritage site, and subsequently due to the house becoming unsafe due to its deterioration, forcing them to demolish the house. Other structures, however, still stand today. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed my video, please hit the like button. If you believe there are some mistakes with the video or I missed some other points of interest, feel free to correct me and share your thoughts in the comments down below. Sources from this video will be posted in the description. Again, thanks for watching.